we had plenty of geopolitical challenges in 2025. We were watching transatlantic demand closely because you've got a war raging in Ukraine. It's been doing that for a bunch of years now. Didn't seem to slow down that demand. That demand seemed to do okay. Some days I wonder if maybe there's more risk domestically, right? One of the other things we're watching is the president wants to cap interest rates for the credit card companies at 10%. Loyalty through the Amex program brings a lot of money in for Delta. Definitely a source of their competitive advantage. And I think if you're capping interest rates, I think some of those credit card programs have to change, and that would hurt some of those loyalty programs. So there's risk all over the place all the time. But again, the geopolitical didn't seem to hurt demand as much as we would expect it in 2025.
Right. It kind of always threatens to hurt demand, but in the end, people still prioritize traveling and paying for traveling. George, I'm looking at some headlines coming out on Delta at the start of this hour, and one of the comments from Delta was that the airline industry could see consolidation in 2026. Which players would that most likely involve?
Yeah, so we're already starting to see some of that, right? We had an announcement the other day that Allegiant and Sun Country are going to put themselves together. They're two smaller, low-cost airlines. Some of them pretty quickly growing. So they'll consolidate. We've heard discussion about Frontier potentially buying Spirit Airlines. We still have to see, the ultimate outcome for Spirit. They're in Chapter 11. We're trying to figure out what the restructuring looks like the second time they've been there. So you can see on the edges, especially where in that low-cost marketplace, you can see consolidation beginning. It takes a long time, and that's the challenge. But you can see some of that consolidation already begin. We don't see the big players getting consolidated. Right? You're not going to put together. I think you're not going to see sort of a United, a Delta, an American, a Southwest. We're not going to put any of those together. I think that's too much. But I think a lot of other stuff is potentially in play.
George, we also got news that Delta is ordering 30 Boeing 787 Dreamliner jets, aiming to boost the company. How much do you expect this purchase to impact its bottom line?
Yeah, so they're not going to see these airplanes until 2030. So it's a bit of a ways away. They're replacing 767s, which are old airplanes. We have an average age of them about 27 years right now. The 78 is going to be a lot more efficient. Delta gave some numbers, I think 15-ish plus % more efficient. So I think that really helps the bottom line. Also very interesting to us is that Delta is traditionally more of an Airbus shop. They buy a lot of Airbus product. The recent wide bodies they've bought are Airbus's A350 and Airbus's A330. Again, the Boeing wide bodies, I just told you, 28-ish years old. Interesting to see them come in for the 787. That's really, I think, been a category leader in that small narrow body world. Boeing has over 1,000 orders for that airplane. We see rates continue to rise, which will improve profitability at Boeing as they put more throughput in that 787. I thought it was a bit of an endorsement for 787, even though Delta's not going to say that probably.